I'm going to be recording this one, guys, just because I need another video idea. So Diamond AI is an option. We're going to play, I guess from what chat's saying, let's do Elemental, because no one else really gave me any other option. YOLO would have been acceptable, but I think we're going to try to beat it with Elemental. The lack of income kind of stinks. Now here's the question. Do they snail on one? I think so. I think they snail on one. Disciple Proton spam is potentially an option here. I think what I'll do is I'll go Fire Elementa. Yeah. I think Aqua start with this could be decent. The general gist to me here is that I'm not going to leak too hard on 1, 2, or 3 with this start, or 4 for that matter. I just got to be a little careful on, say, wave 5, 6. If I can just get a Mudman out, I'm okay. I was hoping to do Violet start, but I didn't know if they mold or not, and if they mold me, that would have been real bad. So let's go 5 worker. We got a slow start for sure because of the Zerker. I think Zerker and Green Devil will give me long waves, which will allow me to go 5 worker pretty easily. The thing is I need to survive to late game against these bots. That's the huge thing with Diamond AI, is you can't really beat them early game. You need to survive to late game. So I think a king up here, try to go for a 5 worker start, and then start playing for 5 immediately. And that's about the only way you can actually hold against these guys, is start playing for the long game as soon as possible. Because they're going to have, like, what, 60 income already by wave 3? So I can't outscale them. At least not right away. I need to be able to play against the AI in the sense that I need to outplay them versus do anything crazy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop another Aqua, I think, and then maybe a Proton and Split. Their income and their scaling doesn't really become prevalent until all of a sudden you get slapped in the mouth here in a second. I worry about my Mastermind bot not holding 3, which if they don't hold 3, I'm also not looking very good on 3. But I think if I do this, I'm fine. I would realistically like to get this up to a Fire Elemental next, so having the split of a Proton kind of stinks. But I think I need the Fire Elemental ASAP if I want to have a chance of holding 4, 5, 6. 0 cent on me, 60 cent on my bot. Okay. I think he leaks, but double Serpent's pretty solid. I'm gonna Lizard here. Gets me a little bit more. I actually was kind of hoping my teammate would leak, because that gives me an extra little bit of gold value. And that's always kind of nice early game. What we'll probably do then is go Rogue Wave, because it's going to be something I can afford. And with Rogue Wave, I get enough money to get a Mudman next wave. Though I think I'm about to get like 100 cent. If that's the case, this is going to really hurt. We're looking at probably a good leak if they 100 cent me here. They don't really start pushing workers though until like after you send them for the first time. Which obviously, ruined right there. And they 80 send me king ups. Okay. Interesting play by my bot there. I'm going to push 1 worker. We're just going to income send here. My teammate not leaking that bot does kind of stink, but that's fine. We're going to play a Violet. I don't think I want it to tank, so I'm going to place it down here. So I want to be able to place a Mudman on tank line, which would be like right here. Or here, I should say. Let's do a semi-tanking Windhawk then. Again, we're following the circle, going down to where it's on the bottom. I think we hold this, but it really comes down to how much damage that thing takes, and too much. Too much. Okay. I should have probably went with a Mudman still here. Just fine. We're gonna have to shift the rest of it for something on 6. They're about to just pop me in the mouth again, I think. Diamond bots, again, you gotta play long game. So you gotta kinda have to play around the fact that they're gonna pop you in the mouth a lot. Very close to actually holding that better. If I had a Mudman for that wave, no problem, easy clear, but the extra worker was kind of nice. What we can do here is Mudman, protect my Fire Elemental a little bit more. The Mudman should take most of aggro. Fire Elemental may take 1 or 2 units of aggro. Having another Fire Elemental on that wave, I think would have also held. The issue is the Rogue Wave itself doesn't do a whole lot of damage. The Rogue Wave really just amplifies that damage of the Fire Elemental in the early game. Forward to resend. 80 resend, I should say. This should be fine. This should be fine. Again, the bots tend to income send a lot, right? They know they have the income advantage. It's part of their, like, I'm pretty sure it's part of the script. They know they have the income advantage. They're trying to basically just out scale you and push as hard as you would want to, right? So what we're going to do here is just turn auto send on, really. I'm going to drop another Aqua. This will probably end up being a Fire Elemental. If not, just... It's just going to end up being mostly a fodder unit. Keep this Rogue Wave alive. We want this Rogue Wave to sustain and survive as long as possible. It's the majority of our pierce damage bonus, right? Fire Elementals are a really good magic damage bonus, but the base level Aquas are just good tanks for these waves. So the Fire Elemental's still getting some targeting. That's perfect. You notice that our base Aqua Spirit does take some damage. That's good. It tanks up a little bit, lets our Rogue Wave survive just a little longer. Rogue Wave probably will die here to the split, but you'll see our Fire Elemental and our Mudman are still very good health-wise because they split that very nicely. So we're looking fine. And then I'm looking at potentially leaking my guy if I have a little bit more of a concentrated aggro there. If Steed and or the cat were both getting targeted there, would leak him pretty well. Still getting a leak though out of my bot. That's good shutdown gold. 50 gold into our pocket is massive in this early game because that's an extra worker, it's an extra unit upgraded, etc. We're going to do the same thing again and just send lizards. I'm going to turn auto send off for this wave. I know what I need to send here. And this wave's going to take a little bit. I might get another lizard out with how long the wave did last. Got an 80 cent. I can probably push 1, if not 2. As I said, we did get a leak out of mine. We're going to get another lizard because of my push. Awesome. We're going to then go Golem here. Now, Golem doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you are expecting another 8 send, but my real worry with a bunch of Aquas is that they're going to go on 9 on me. And if they go 9 on me right now, I look extremely bad. I think 10 is going to be a wash. No matter what I do, we're going to leak 10. But if they send me on 10, I'm probably just going to venture. Or potentially Magician Disciple. We'll see. I might re-roll here before 10 and see what we can get. 200 resend, but it's all king ups. Let's go. That's massive for us. We would have leaked super hard next wave if they would have sent this all. The bots kind of get panicky for whatever reason and just king up sometimes. Not sure exactly why. Worked out in our favor this time. We get to push one. I'm only going to push one there. Even though it was a 200 in king ups, remember, they are very ahead of me. You cannot over push against these guys. They will punish the ever-living crap out of you for doing it. It looks like the Pegasus is going to die, but it's going to be a slow death. We're going to get another leak, though, which is another shutdown of 50 gold, which, again, is massive money this early in the game. We're going to try to go more lizards here. The lizards make the world go around, especially when he's got a lot of Swift and Arcane. He very well is probably going to go Violet here, but that's fine. We're just trying to get a small leak. Doesn't have to be anything special. We are trying to scale. I'm trying to get my bot to send with me, so he'll start to scale. Okay, so we're pretty close on value here. What I'm going to probably do is go another Mudman and put it on the right here. Reroll, see what we get here. So, we've got a couple options. We can go Magician on something like Soul Gates with Disciple, which is relatively good. Otherwise, what we can do is we can go Honeyflower here. It's 180 send of 3 Brutes, and I think we are strong enough to hold this. We will see. This Violet does come massively in handy for this wave, as well as the Mudman. Mudmen might get targeted and die quickly, but they're doing their job of tanking up all this Brute damage. So what I think we're going to do in this game, guys, just because I think Venture is a really viable opportunity against bots like this, because they're not going to send correctly to counter your Venture play, I think we're going to go Honeyflower and have then just like the Windhawks be the thing that we boost with the Disciples. Or Protons, for that matter. And I think the Flower, though, is a good compromise. Gives us some pushing ability here on some of these mid-game, late-game waves. What we'll do here is I'm going to play for... I don't know if I do that then. I'm going to play for next wave. The question is, do I want to Disciple here around 4 units? Or do I want to drop the Disciple 1 lower and really make sure I get as many possible Windhawks on it? For now, let's just go like this, because no matter what, this is going to be a usable idea. 160 Sen. Now the hope is our Aquas, what's left of them I should say, can deal damage and kill these Sens so that we at least get Sens killed. And our Violet and Aquas look like they are going to kill the Sens for us. We are going to leak, but this goes as free Venture. And as I said, Venture is super important for this, if possible. We need value, we need income, we need just anything in general to help us push this farther. And so getting this kind of bump, I would say, on this wave is kind of important. You'll notice I also did not send against the bots here, because I do not want the bot to try to get free Venture. Though I think the bot's going to be high enough value that it can go Venture no matter what it wants to do. No matter what I try to stop it from doing. So what we'll do there is send like that, go like this, and then just leave the split where it is. Eventually we're just going to completely nuke the split because we're going to start dropping flowers, and at that point we don't want any split at all. But for now, we leave the split up. And we just try to sustain. We got Venture coming in next wave, so what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to drop a Flower and try to get the Flower upgraded. If possible, get the Flower upgraded. That will be a huge help for our chances of holding on 12 with Venture. If we hold 12 with Venture, we are sitting actually really good now. Kind of comes down to what dies though quickly. Sadly, the Fire Elemental did die very fast. Not a very good send though by the bot. We're able to get at least one worker off this 140 send, and then also get another Flower, get a Flower upgraded for next, and we should be okay. Thankfully, the Rogue Wave is still up splashing, so every one of these Violets is going to be doing a little bit more damage. Every one of their abilities, I should say. It's not a huge amount, but it is enough to kind of make a difference. We're going to Pro Leak, that's fine. 42% is not bad. A little bit better aggro, and one of these Quill Shooters could have been dead. What did they build? Nothing that really scares us this wave. Villain on both bots. That's huge. Villain on both bots is huge. Again, though, we're going to try to go... We'll only get one Honeyflower base level. So what we'll do here is I'm going to go... like this. I'm going to go like this. We're going to harden both of these. Or at least harden the one big one. We're sitting in a pretty good spot where we're going to most likely be fine next wave. I'm going to start king-upping, though, because this is where the bots can sometimes do kill shots on you. The 140 might have been just a, a bait send, whatever the bot wants to do on you. 400 send here. Massive send. Yeah, I'm probably going to leak some here. I'm glad we did king-ups. Now, really, aggro here is going to be an important thing on how we do here. The Gate Guard, excuse me, the Ghost Knight just sitting here and just tanking for days. So incredibly close to killing it, but it survives. We might be dead. Our King Up's coming in handy right now, though, for sure. We still do get Venture next wave, so I'm going to push another worker. That Ghost Knight dying would have been a massive bonus for us here. Maybe hardening the other Mudman gives us enough to kill it. That's a tough one, though. Very close. We survive. What we'll do now is just king up, and they'll probably go for like a kill shot 15. The bots love to send on 15. What we'll do now, though, Fire Elemental, and we'll drop our Disciple. I think we drop it back here. I'd rather have it farther back. Fire Elemental. The reason why I'm Fire Elementaling right now at this point is I'm worried more about 15 than I am any of the current waves. $320 resend. Fire Elemental should be enough. The Venture really coming in handy here. As I said, that extra income is massive, especially against bots. Or extra value, I should say, is massive against bots. We are going to hold, which is awesome. Our AI, though, leaking again. That does stink. I don't hold much of his leak here. If any. The game coach giving me props for holding there. We might be dead due to my bots leaking. We shall see. No, we're fine. Full king up. We're fine. I think we go 15 still. We tell our bot 15. See if he'll cooperate with us here. Sometimes the bots don't like to cooperate on some of these waves. What we'll do is we'll drop another Aqua. Drop another Aqua up top here. So we drop another Aqua here. The whole idea at this point is to try to keep our Fire Elementals alive. We need Fire Elementals to stay alive to continuously deal that damage. We are 160 over, though we are relatively weak in the tank department. Again, why Aquas are kind of nice to have. Another 400 resend. We shall see if we beat this one. It really comes down to when that chest gets targeted. If Mimic consistently can just sit there and pound away at our line, we're going to be kind of sitting a little bit worse for wear. When it looks like it is, and my bot leaks again, I don't know if this is going to be enough to kill us. It looks like it is, though, guys. Our AI not being able to hold kind of hurts. 22 health, full king ups. This might be game. Yeah, I think the 4 eyes is going to be too much for us to hold. Depends really heavily here. Nah, it's game. Darn. Well, that was an attempt. We did relatively decent here. I think the end problem is that our AI just wasn't set up to hold any waves really post 10. The only tank it had was really really natural tank, and it just continued to leak post 10. Our big leak on 12 could have been avoided, I think, a little bit more by a double harden. But it just seems like no tank on our bot really killed us here. Well, shoot. That's still a relatively decent game. It holds premise still because you're trying to late game outscale and then hit them big on a wave that you can get a good leak out of them. I think 15 was still our play, even with Phoenix on the Cyan bot. It's a tough one, though. The AI bots are freaking scary. Chalk that one up to maybe bad rolls by our teammate. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy this. Peace.